Tre Stone from Wellingboro, New Jersey, South Jersey to be exact. Smokes up con shit, you know,
So what
regular.
brings you out to LA all the way from Jersey, man?
Bruh, I came out here, it was my birthday week, and just wanted to get away for a little bit, you know, catch a vibe, but also too, you gotta handle business. I'm on a rollout right now. I got a project dropping on February 14th called Tre. Um, on the cover, I redid the TLC Crazy Sexy Cool cover. So the chapter of this one, because it's gonna be one of many, is Trials, Love, and Chaos. So basically out here promoting that, trying to get connected, you know, build network with people.
Oh, okay, okay. And so you said you about to drop a tape? You
Yeah,
out here dropping a tape?
yeah, dropping project tape, you know, like somewhat like a mixtape, kind of mixed with an album, but just a project in general.
So what's the name? What's the name of the album?
It's called Tre. Tre is going by my name because I feel like that era where artists, when they used to drop their first albums or projects and stuff, the age of like when they used to name their projects after their self is like a dying breed, and I used to miss that as a kid growing up listening to music. So when I was in the process of figuring out a name for it, I was gonna end up calling it Tre. I think I was gonna call it Tre Tape or something like that. But somebody had told me, you know, at this stage where you at right now with the growth that you've been showing, you need to sell something on yourself. You need to put it all on you. So if it goes based off of you and goes off of your back. So I named it Tre because it's really the story of how I got here and what I've been going through. So I'm putting it all on me.
Okay. And so give us a little bit of insight of people you grew up listening to, like who you inspired by.
My biggest inspiration is actually Wale from DC. He's my favorite rapper. Just the way I think it's just super dope when lyrical rappers who actually like get their bars off on some aggressive shit and people really can't fuck with on the mic, such as Drake and you know many others, Rick Ross, um, make music about women because I feel like right now, like in the age we in right now, it's not cool to be emotional and like transparent with how you feel about a female, and even more so like with my project, it's the start of a relationship that you think is going to flourish. So essentially, it starts in the honeymoon season, and then you get to the middle where conflict starts to arrive, and then by the end, I'm taking accountability for what I'm going to do next if I was to take that next chapter. So more so wanted to make a project, you know, for females, give them some vibes, give dudes going through stuff like me, going through stuff with females, and give them something they can relate to, something that's not super sensitive, but it's just raw and gritty. But at the same time, it's like conscious with some kind of like, you know, story behind it.
That's right. I like that, man. So what else are some other things you can think of that you think that you will come and bring as an addition to the hip hop industry?
Just having humanity, and I feel like that's something that lacks not even in just in music. I feel like that lacks in everyday life. People are not trying to sell themselves, they're trying to be something because they saw work for another person. So I was dealing with that a lot through the process. I dropped an EP in 2020 called From a Glass House. It went up, you know, did some like local numbers and stuff, and I got a lot of like, I want to say clout, but got a lot of recognition from some higher players. But I was going through a lot, and in the process of that, I was trying to force material, but I was also very influenced in the South because I lived in Tampa for 4 years, and I was trying to be somebody I wasn't. I was trying to make sounds that didn't fit me. So through that process, when I finally got to the point where I was like, I'm going to do this project and I'm going to make it work, I had to accept me for me and stop trying to be something or stop trying to sound like something that is not me. I'm not going through this, so I can't rap about smoking and drinking and fucking and this, that, and the third every day if that's not really what I'm doing. I mean, I am doing that, but at the same time, there's no substance to that because everybody is doing that shit. Everybody's doing it. So I had to do something I had to create my own lane because there's no traffic in my lane. So.
I like that. I like that. Stay in your own lane, man. Do your thing. Is there anybody that you can say right now that you know what? If I can do a song with one person right now, other than yourself, I know for sure it's gonna be a hit because they compliment my side. Who would that person be
In the industry,
in the industry?
shit. Number one would bias. It would be Wale because he don't go without making a hit. He go every year, every other year sometimes with a hit, an album or a hit. If he don't drop a classic album, he gonna give you the song of the summer majority of the time, and the female song of the year, in my opinion. Um, Either it will be between him and Corday. I really like Corday. I feel like the young breed of like lyricists and like exercising, like I'm a voice person. So when you hear my voice, if you try to compare me to somebody, you're looking for something in what I'm doing. But if you just like close your eyes, you know, just clear your head and you just listen to it, it's a sound that you never heard before. So it's just like people like him, a lot of people, I could work with anybody, man. I really honestly, females, I really fuck with the female rap, what do you call it, the clash right now that's going on. People like Mulatto, you know, she buzzing right now. Oh, I finally figured it out, Moneybag. That was the last person, Moneybag Yo. I felt like me, him, a dream song of mine. Moneybag Yo, Tre Stone, Kevin Gates. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. First,
I'm just gonna come with the most impact.
okay.
I'm coming with the most impact, and I'm coming with the best verse.
I like that.
And one thing about me is just like you don't even have to be necessarily the strongest lyricist to make a good song. It's a voice thing for me. See, like my Mount Rushmore, my top 5. If I tell people it sounds crazy, but it's because every artist I have in the Mount Rushmore is different. DMX, you can't compare him to nobody else. Biggie, Wale, Ludacris. That was like one of my favorite rappers growing up, Ludacris, because no matter who else was on the song, I guarantee you, if you ask one person to listen to this song with 6 artists, if someone like Ludacris or DMX was on it, they'll be like, oh, that's such and such. So it's a voice thing. Lyrically, they was on a top-notch level, but their voices to me is what kept me intrigued and captivated to keep going through the song.
I like that. And so, with a lot of things right now going on in hip hop, you
Mm-hmm.
know, a lot of artists has been dying, you know, quick, you know, too quick, I would say.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of artists be catching charges.
Mm-hmm.
What is your take on that as far as what's going on right now in hip hop? Now, how and what is your ways of staying out of the negativity, you know, and keep elevating right now in the industry?
I really do stay either to myself or in my circle. And my circle is, I wouldn't even say a full circle. It's just enough energy for me. So I have a thing that I like to say, I have but so much mental real estate and I'm the landlord. So I don't just serve leases and rent out apartments in my brain for people to come in and bring their baggage and bring their shit. So with the violence and you know just like the drug epidemic that we going through, you know, to each his own. And you know, my older brother, he always taught me that no matter how much you smoke, no matter how much you do this, drink, you gotta go at home. You gotta go home. You gotta look at yourself. You gotta deal with yourself. So when you get conditioned and comfortable being by yourself, I just feel like nothing is gonna stop you. I know how to be by myself, you know. So with the violence and shit, it's just staying out the way. It's just like you. I don't feel like people get in trouble if they don't know trouble is gonna be going or coming where they're heading to. So like I said, everybody's upbringing is different. People gotta grind and hustle to get certain things. You know, I don't judge nobody because I got people in my family that are locked up right now and people that been through shit. But I just stay out the way. I stay out the way.
No, that's right. I see that you are a fan of a lot of '90s music, a lot of the old traditions in hip hop that was coming up. How do you feel about the industry versus streaming versus the CDs and the come up CDs?
Yeah.
Kind of talk on that for me.
Well, you know, I think every artist by this point knows if you like really getting into your business and you got a solid team behind you, you know you only getting paid like half a cent for every sale you get. I grew up, I didn't grow up deprived. A lot of people in my family, you know, I won't say we were rich, but we had enough and we made it through. And I have a very ambitious mother that taught me a lot about money and spending money. Which I actually like streaming versus albums, like actual CDs and stuff, because I feel like streaming, it's no, it's a fine line between what is real and what's not, because you can fake streams, but I like it because of the accessibility to know what you're getting. Because from what I know, I mean, I don't know how true this is, but it's like fans couldn't know how much a person was streaming or selling when it was CDs and vinyls. They would have to wait until certain things came out for you to know, oh, like how much this person sold, waiting for like Billboard or like Source Magazine and just certain platforms to let you know how much they sold. As far as the money goes, you know, I know right now a lot of artists feel like they're getting lowballed and are getting lowballed, truth be told. Someone, you know, I hear a lot of stories about NBA YoungBoy with his albums. He submitted like 17 albums to Atlantic and they only paying him for a certain amount and they're not paying him for the extra that he put out. That's crazy. But to me, I feel like independence is the only form that you're going to be able to actually grow. If you can work with a label and deal with what they give you, to each his own. You just got to know how to save your money. Don't go out buying stupid ass chains and whips you ain't never gonna buy. If you buy a car, don't put the insurance on it and shit. Like little stuff like that. So I pay attention to that now because I don't want to ever get, when I get to where I'm heading, I know I'm not going to be surprised if I see something I don't like, because whatever they give me, I'm going to make it work, and I'm going to make triple, then I'm going to make quadruple. I'm going to make more and more and more. You just got to be smart with how you spend your bread. But as long as you are consistent with your content, I don't feel like you could ever go broke, especially if that shit is good.
So how do you feel about the representatives representing the artists?
Kind of, okay.
Representing the artists and getting locked up and things like that.
Well, that's a great question. I would have no problem working with labels, because you know, if you have jobs, if you work just like a regular person, you gotta work and serve for someone at some point. You got a job right now, you driving for Amazon, you got a boss, you gotta follow commands, you gotta do this, that, and the third. And you gotta be a soldier to a general. So I don't like the things I hear about how labels lowball and like 360s and like they don't give the artist truly what they deserve, but I'm all about accountability. So a lot of once I get my lawyers, my managers, people around me, my agents and stuff, like 9 times out of 10, they're going to be people that I have built something with and I know have a strong intelligence towards what their profession is. So if I was to stay independent, but I have managers, I'm going to make sure as somebody, even if I am close with them, I got to make sure that they know what they're doing. If I'm not close with them, I got to know I must know what they're doing. But I feel like you negotiate what you sign. Everything is negotiable. Contracts are made to be broken. They're not made to just stay there. But it's a two-way street with that, because you can blame them, but who told you to sign it? So you can't blame everybody for something that you put your name on.
So do you believe the record labels are a bank?
Yes, 100%. Because I see a lot of artists talking about this too. I think this is dope. Right now, the industry economy, I'll say, you're not getting money off of music. You're really not. You getting money off music, shows and stuff like that, endorsements and, partnerships with certain businesses. But most of your money is coming from shows, tours, and stuff like that. Merchandise. So what was your question? Because I just lost my train of thought. What was your question?
Well, basically the question.
Industry, it was like if record labels a bank. I'm sorry. Yeah, they are a bank. So like I said, you gotta learn how to manage your money. You gotta learn how to manage your money. If you get signed for 500, say you get signed for $500,000. Anybody that know money know you'd be lucky if you touch 125 of that. Tangible. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you can actually touch that. You got people like, Young Thug, Free YSL. I think Young Thug said his first deal was like $17,000. And I always tell people, it sounds crazy, but you can make $17,000 work, because you got people like Bobby Shmurda that shot a video like Hot Nigga on a camera, a flip phone or some shit, like an iPhone, and that shit blew up. So if I get signed for $10,000, I know I can't work with somebody that's charging $1,000 or $1,500 for a music video. I would just be smart and be like, I'm gonna find the best person to give me a deal for $500. And the other 500 or 1,000 is gonna go towards promotion. So it is a bank, but the reason why they complain is because they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing with that bread. So if you get $500,000, if I got it, I would take 100,000 out, break my mom off half, because she deserves it, or take 150 out, let's say, take care of my people, take care of my brothers, my sisters, get everybody right. But that rest 350, that's all towards what I gotta invest in for me. Because A lot of artists don't understand you a business. You may be an artist, but you're
How's artists selling music? Let me ask you that question.
oh, that's engage. That biggest thing is I'm learning that right now with my team. You have to really engage with your core. So like you might say a person got 300 followers, but 100 of them or like 50 or 20 of them listen to their music. You gotta talk to them. I don't talk to my core, like the people that listen to my music, as if they're fans. I talk to them like they're regular people. And especially if we vibe and we vent to each other and talk about the trials that we're going through, they know that if you're working on something, whatever you got coming out, they're gonna be like, I know exactly what, like you have to be connected to your fan base. So as far as just, getting money, I just feel like it's like I said, I said it in the beginning, humanity. Artists act like, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but they act like divas. They act like once they get to a signing or something like that, they just start acting like somebody that they're really not. So I just have to remain the same person, or another artist, they just have to remain who they are. Because once they lose, say if you lose everything, ain't nobody gonna fuck with you. Cause they be like, bro, when you got on, you gave me your ass to kiss. So you gotta engage with your fans and never make them feel like you bigger than them, cause we all human. And I promise you that shit gonna sell. I know it works.
And how important is it to you for you to own and control your masses and things like
Uh,
that?
100. I got a son. I got a 2 year old. Shout out Lil P. Um, my everything I do, I went a long time. I won't say a long time, but I'll say probably a year before, a year and a half before I had my son, I was like contemplating not even doing this shit no more. And anybody that know if you got kids, that shit either gonna put a battery in your back to do something extravagant or just make sure their life is comfortable. And nothing I do is for me no more. It's not for self. It's for my brothers, it's for my sisters, it's for my mom, most importantly, my dad. And I know that God forbid if something happened to me, I know at the end of this run, I'm going to be able to give my son something so he'll never got to fill out an application. So he'll never have to worry about how am I going to get this or how am I going to get that. He too. So I got a lifetime. And so owning my masters is important, but I also understand people signing deals. I get it. Some people be in ruts. You be living out of your cars or living with your friends and shit. And you can get a quick bag for $100,000, but shit, they might own 10 albums out of that. Some people gonna do it, some people not. But I'm confident enough to know that I can get to where I want to get with my team and with me and my hustle. Cause you gotta spend money to make money.
That's right. And back to your music. And so, is there anything, and when you got done with the project, was there anything you'd be like, man, I feel like I could have done this to make it a little more better, or some things, a different angle? What have you learned from releasing it so far without even being in the public yet?
Mm.
But hearing it, after releasing it, like, damn, something I could have did better already that you feel.
Um, well, everything that I had, like what's done now is what I'm a very self-conscious artist. And any artist that tell you they're not self-conscious, they're lying. Every artist is self-conscious. I flipped this project up and down, side to side, at least 2 times. The project has 7 songs, and I swear I switched like four or five of them. And the story of the project is a lot of the reason why I flipped it, because I may have made a song that was very aggressive and angry towards somebody in my family or, my past relationship, and going through the process of like healing and stuff, like I was like, I don't know if I would like to hear that 2 years down the line or 3 years down the line. So I kept it diplomatic, and I did what I do best is what I make songs. I made them actual, like, try to aim for singles and stuff like that. So not with the final product, no. Um, no, I have no doubts about it at all. Um, like I said, I'm about humanity. So, and humanity to me, like I said, is just being yourself. So what you hear on Tre is all me. It's what I was going through. If you a fan of me, you know I took a little dry spot. I was gearing up. So I went through that a lot. Throwing songs away. Some of them wasn't my best, some of them was. But if it ain't my favorite song when I make it, it's not staying on the project. And all 7 songs are my favorite songs right now. Tre.
what kind of drew you into like going into that vibe of like, you know, like '90s, just more chill vibe?
Samples.
Samples, yeah.
So my first EP is like that really that from a Glass House EP. It's on all streaming platforms. Um, I gave 4 songs, and each of those songs are like my personality. So there's a song on there called "Want It," produced by Delapo, We Some Maniacs. Shout out Tampa. Um, and I grew up on '90s music. I still to this day, you can ask my brother. I grew up on '90s music. I listen to '90s music in the gym. I could be on the treadmill listening to Pretty Brown Eyes by Mint Condition and be vibing. Like it just came out yesterday. That's me. So, like, you know, '90s samples and stuff, I've just always been, like, I've been obsessed with the fashion, the movies, the songs. And I told myself with the next project I make, it's gotta be a form of me. It's gotta be a good follow up to my EP. And I felt like this was a good direction because it's not me trying to make the song necessarily better because you can't flip a classic. There's only so many chances to do that. But this is like me saying if I was on this R&B song, this is how I would have sounded. This is a form of how I could have sounded on this song. So it's another form of me. So when you hear it, this is what I like listening to. So that's pretty much why I chose the '90s sample theme.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's up. So, is there you got any features? I know you out in LA right now. Is there any features you looking to get out here? Any artists you looking to work with out here, or you know, have you
For the project or just in general?
just in general? Any artists you looking to
Oh
work
man, hell yeah, man! I would love to collaborate with LA artists. AD, I fuck with AD, Kaylin Farrell. I fuck with a lot. Mozzie from out here, correct?
with? No, Mozzie from Sacramento.
Sacramento. Okay, well, California artists. My favorite California artist. I'm trying to think. I'm classic, so I can't really. I don't really have a necessarily a new favorite one. I'm trying to think right now. Tyga.
Tiger.
I love Tyga. I fuck with Tyga. I vibe with a lot of LA music. My younger brother, Big Man 98, shout out Smokes Up. He's very into that. So he's very into like the LA music scene and everything. But if I had to say right now, like if I walked into a door and an LA artist was sitting right there and I wanted to make a song with them, more than likely I would say Tyga. Cause I feel like he a goat. He a goat in LA. And YG. So.
First question is, who was the first African American artist to own their masters?
Oh damn. Shit. How many guesses do you get?
Okay, I'm gonna give you some options.
All right.
Prince, Tupac, NWA, Ray Charles.
Prince.
Nope.
Damn.
Got it back all once.
Ah man. Oh no, he did. Yeah. No, you do. You ain't know. Stop. You did. Damn. And Ray Charles is one of my favorite artists of all time.
Second question is,
Damn.
what artist wrote "Slave" on the side of their face?
Slave.
Michael Jackson, Tupac, Eazy-E, Prince.
Prince.
Yep, that's right. Prince. Okay, my third question is, what artist got arrested for using their lyrics on stage first?
That was NWA.
African American artist.
Is it a group or is it a person?
Person.
What are the options? Shit.
Okay. I'm going to say Eazy-E.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to say Tupac.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to say James Brown, and I'm going to say Billie Holiday.
Oh. I want to go with Billie Holiday.
It was. You got a documentary.
Yeah, nah, that's why I'm familiar. Yeah. Damn, you throwing me some. Oh, these questions is crazy.
My fourth question is,
Uh-huh.
who was the first artist to introduce cryptocurrency to the music industry?
Nipsey.
Okay, I'm gonna give you. My fifth question.
February 14th, Tre drops. I do have a feature on there. You did ask me. I don't know why we went past that. You did ask me. I do have a feature from Tay Bajal. She's also another Willingboro, New Jersey artist. Shout out Tay. Man, I can't just Trey, man. Just right now. I'm living through this era. Like what I've been working on. You know, is something that I feel like a lot of men and women. You know, Valentine's Day is not Valentine's Day to everybody. You know, some people going through love. That's on the project. Some people going through that midlife. You know, that midpoint where the honeymoon season is starting to wear off and shit is starting to, you know, look a little. All right, what's going on? That's on the project. Respect Music TV. I'm with my boy Carolina Mike, Tre Stone. Shout out Smokes Up. Shout out Khan. Shout out July. Shout out all my people that's been rocking with me. Jersey, stand up. I appreciate the love,
Trying to
Carolina
take this
Mike.
shit from
Salute.
Beverly Road to Beverly Hills. I'm glancing at how you shaped and I know heaven is real. You willing to take this ride? It'd be a hell of a thrill. You treating me like a